Hi everyone, it is time for a new series from Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. And sorry, I'm just fiddling with my pencil case while I'm chattering. I wanted to do another page of small items. I really enjoy doing these little videos, and hopefully you do as well. So this is 16 items. There'll be 16 videos, and it is, as you can see, the page opposite the rainbow birds. So we're going to start with this little beetle, and I'm going to be using, oh, I can't zoom in with my remote control batteries are flat, so I'm zooming in on the camera, hoping that, there we go. So sorry, I've got a piece of paper behind the page, as I always do, just to protect the page behind. And we have this little beetle, I think, to colour. Now I'm thinking that why don't we do it so that it looks quite special, rather than doing it a sort of beetle colour, whatever that is. I thought we could do it in, look quite nice, special. So I'm thinking maybe a bit of a gold and maybe a bit of a silver in there, something like that, just to make it shine if I can. I'm going to have a little go, see what I can come up with. So, as I say, Derwent Chromaflow pencils. I've picked these because they're sharpened to a nice fine point for the details on this page, and they're a sort of hardish pencil which I'm confident in using, and I just wanted something easy, really. So this is the oak, so it's a dark brown. So if you don't have these, you can grab one of my comparison charts to find out what the equivalent would be in a different brand, but also just grab your dark brown. Okay, and I'm going to look at the bug and think about where am I going to put my gold areas. This is where I'm starting with my dark brown. So this great big area here I'm going to do in gold, and I can do it in two ways. I can either start it dark here and sort of put a shiny bit across the centre here, or I can take each individual long section. Those are too small for me, so I'm going to start here and just put down some dark colour and then a slightly lighter bit there. Okay, so really intense in here, so just layer it up and then fade it, and then on the end we're going to do exactly the same. Oops, so dark here and then a bit less going up. I was actually thinking where these dots are might be quite a good place to leave a really light area. There we go, so there's the beginning of that piece. I'm going to do the same on the other side because it's a symmetrical bug. Now, I know some people aren't big fans of colouring bugs, but hopefully we can make it look so special that you'll feel like you want to colour it. Let's hope. I hope everyone's doing well today. For me, it's I can't believe that it's a week until Christmas. I realise this is going out on the 2nd of January, I think, so it'll be over. But for me, recording, I'm getting quite excited. It's a week until Christmas. August goes too fast. I always want it, you know, when I get to this point, I'm like, I want there to be 3 weeks until Christmas so I can sort of have longer, more fun for longer type thing. I'm going to do these as well. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Just adding a dark area. When it's smaller, you haven't got much space to fade it. It all works out in the end. And we can always add a bit more colour if it's necessary. Yeah, I always want it to be a bit longer, not because I've got lots to do. I've got a few gifts to wrap, which I'm looking forward to doing, and that's fine. I've got a couple of people to see, and I've got a meal to plan, but it's only I'm thinking I might do the limbs in silvery colours, but I'm going to wait and see how it pans out. So I'll just leave those now. So now I want a lighter brown. Now here you can go for a more orangey colour, like your burnt sienna or your spice, and then you get a more bronzy coppery shade, or something more just brown. Now I don't really have that here. I'm going to go for the brown sugar. It is quite a contrast, but if you see, it's quite yellowy. It's a little bit orangey. I'm going to see how it pans out. I might decide to grab another colour, but we'll see. These are quite good at blending together, so I think it will be okay. Yes, so I haven't got a lot to do. We're having a meal, just the four of us, on the 23rd. I've got to plan that, just find out what everyone wants and then shop for it. But I think we'll plan it tomorrow. Excuse me, we'll plan it tomorrow and we'll shop on Saturday, and it's Monday we'll have it. So it'll be easy. I don't get worried about that. It's just four of us. Everyone can muck in. If it doesn't quite go right, we'll have another go after Christmas. You know, it's all good. It's all good. And actually, I don't know if I did that bit already. So I'm just extending this section that we've done already. Everybody's got their very last day tomorrow. Husband at work and kids at uni, and they'll be off then, all of them off. I'm just choosing my next colour, Golden Sun, I think. All of them are off for 3 weeks. I think the boys were off for 4. They don't go back till the very last week of January. Let's see. But the 27th. But my one boy's got exams on the 14th and 16th of January. So there we go, Golden Sun. The husband has 3 weeks off. He had lots of holiday to use up, and they approved it because it's a quiet time. A lot of people are on holiday at this time of year, of course. Actually proved by the fact that my boys are have been applying for their placements, and all the companies are saying, oh, we'll look at it in January, or we'll talk to you in January, that sort of thing, you know. So no one's wanting to do anything now. I think everyone's just, probably, if it was me, I would be wanting to just get everything finished. I'm going to grab the sunflower to do the last bit. Here we go. I'd really wanted to get everything as finished as I could, so that I have just a really chilled week. As it's Christmas Eve on Monday? No, it's 23rd on Monday. Maybe people aren't in for the whole week. In the UK, it used to be the fact that some places would shut all the time between Christmas and New Year's. I missed that bit, didn't I? We'll go back to that in a minute. I don't know if it's so much the case now, because I haven't worked for a company for such a long time. My husband's company doesn't do that. It depends, because his company basically contract staff out to other companies. They have to just do what that company wants. This is Golden Sun. I'm just going to do a little bit here, as I'd forgotten. So yeah, they don't have a policy on it. It's just whatever the people they're with do. Unfortunately, sometimes husbands had to work between Christmas and New Year, but this year, no. I don't think anyone is in his team. They're not sort of crucial staff in that sense, so they can hopefully all have a little bit of a chill. Now we want to make silver, and I tend to use 3 greys, but I'm wondering whether I've got space for 3. I think I may only have space for 2. I'm going to go quite dark. It's a bit of an experiment. It may not work. We'll find out. So this is the slate grey. It's really quite dark, but I rather like it. Now, it's quite tricky to know where. No, the shine here has to line up here. So this one's quite easy. So we go in here and then just fade it along. I'm only using 2 greys, so I can take up a fair bit of the space. Because I'm thinking when I get to here, I haven't got any space. So I'm just sort of planning ahead, as it were. And a bit in there. Although I say it's quite dark, it's not that dark. Now this one, because our shine is here and here, I'm thinking our shine maybe should be down the middle. So I'm going to do like the sort of edge bits here and hope that sort of works. I don't know, bit of an experiment. This whole bit thing is really, but I'm confident that it will come out reasonably as I sort of hope. Now these two bits, I'm thinking, are they the eyes, or the eyes on the ends of the antenna? I think I'm gonna put it around there, just around the edge, like that. I'm a bit unsure as to what to do with that. Now these as well, I think I'm going to fade them to the tip because it gives me more, it's a bit easier, I think. I don't want it to be hard, not for you or me. That one's small, isn't it? There we go. And then a slightly lighter grey. This is the Winter Lake. It's still fairly dark, but I think it will create quite a nice finish to our bug. It actually, I'm looking in the camera, it looks, the colour is a little bit off. It always seems to be, and I never know if it's the screen or what, you know. It's a really dim, dark day today. We've got a 100% chance of rain. I have been out, and luckily it didn't rain. I didn't really want to be out in the rain. I mean, I don't mind it that much, you know. When you live in England, you have to be used to rain. And when I used to do the school run every day, twice a day, I had to just get wet, you know. It's just the thing. And actually, coming back from school, if you got wet, it was fab. I'm just going to sharpen this up a bit, because you could come home, you could take off your wet clothes, you could go and have a warm shower if you wanted, and just put on your pyjamas and get all cozy and warm and lovely. So I don't mind getting really wet if I can do that. I wouldn't want to if I was sort of having to go and sit in an office or whatever. But anyway, luckily nowadays I can sort of avoid it because I don't have to go out. I'm trying to leave the ends a little bit white just to make it look a bit more shiny on these. They do just look quite grey though. But there is our bug. Now we've got our leaves. And I'm thinking maybe we should try and make the leaves look a little bit shiny as well. I'm just looking at my colours. I think the basil is quite a nice colour for shine. It sounds weird, I just feel that it is. Don't know why, can't really explain it. It's just got a feeling. I'm looking for my basil colour and I cannot find it. Where is it? It says it's there. Have I moved it? Ah, there it is. I think I had. So here is the basil. It's rather a nice green. Now, I show you on the largest leaf. They aren't particularly big, but I'm sure you can get it because it's pretty much the same as this. So I'm only using one colour, and I'm going to sort of fade it towards the centre of the leaf. And then do the same from here, and just sort of draw them together until I've got a little bit of sort of a gap, just a small gap like that. And just intensify the base and tip. And I'm going to do that with all the leaves, and then if I feel it needs it, I might put a little bit of darker colour base and tip, but we'll see how it looks when I've done all of them. Now the reason I've decided to start with only one colour is because some of these are so tiny that I just didn't think there was room for two. So we'll see. Now I tend to put a little bit across the centre where I want it white, just so it's not just a line. Like I've left a line there and I don't really like it. So trying to do it slightly differently. I can smell sawdust today. It's quite a strange smell. Why can I smell sawdust? Maybe it's some pencil sharpenings. They would smell like sawdust, wouldn't they? Okay, you can hear me sniffing on camera. Is it you? Do you smell like sawdust? Oh, it's not too bad if it is a smell hallucination, which I seem to be getting due to menopause. Some of the smells I can smell are very weird, but sawdust isn't too unpleasant, is it? I always thought it was due to the fact that I use a nasal spray, and maybe that was affecting my sense of smell. I mean, maybe it is, but I use it a lot, and You know, the packet says don't use it for more than 30 days. My doctor said I can, but I try not to overuse it because I do worry that it might affect my sense of smell. My mum actually uses a she used to use a lot of all-bass oil, which is like a eucalyptus mentholy type thing to irritate the nose and make it run, is basically what it does, I think, so that if you've got a cold, it sort of unblocks it for you so you can sleep better. And she was using this a lot, and she says since she's done that, she can't smell so well. She used to have such a sensitive nose, and that we would go to my grand's house and she would always say that she could smell gas. It turned out when my gran got a new cooker that her gas hob had been leaking gas all the time, and my mum had smelt it, and she had had it checked out and they hadn't said anything, but yeah, my mum always said she could smell it. And quite a useful thing to be able to do, really, because if there's some sort of gas leak, you obviously need it sorted. Luckily, my gran's must have been so mild that it didn't have there was no nasty accident from it. Because gas, for those of you, I don't know if people in the USA have gas hobs. Perhaps you probably do. Natural gas, I think, is what it gets called. We just call it gas. And I don't know whether, because you call petrol gas, don't you? So I wonder if you'd have a different name for it. I don't know. You'll have to tell me, because I'm naive. I don't know these things. You probably just like, well, it's just gas. We know what you're talking about. But I don't know if you do. Right, I'm going to grab a little bit of obsidian green and just pop a bit in and out in a few areas, just to make a few bits a little bit darker, like this sort of base. I think it would just help give it a tiny bit more contrast. I'm being fussy. I'm just going to work my way along. Time is it? 11:30. Just trying to make sure it's not lunchtime. My boys are both home today. My one son's always home on a Wednesday, and the other one's had his lesson cancelled, so he's home too. So we'll have lunch together. One of them's working in his bedroom, and one of them's working in the kitchen, because he's got to set out all these Arduinos. They're like little mini computery things, as far as I'm aware. You probably know more than me. He's got to connect them together and make a sensor to sense gases. And so the gas one, he can breathe on it and let it sense carbon dioxide. And there's a temperature sensor, I think, so he can just tell the temperature in the room. And something else, I'm not sure. Right, I'm looking at my little bug. I'm not 100% happy. I told you, I'm grabbed my winter lake. So as I told you, I don't like this white line here. So I'm going to just draw it in a bit. Meaning I'm going to colour it in a little bit more, so it's not so stark, if that makes sense. Hopefully. There we go. Yeah, I might just darken up these, because the bigger the contrast between the white and the dark, the more shiny it will look. Now what you could do now is you could get your sparkly pen, go over it, make it really sparkly, do some gold or silver around the edges, anything like that, whatever you want to do. I'm thinking I'm just going to leave it. I rather like it. Now I need to take a photograph of it, and I can't remember which button to press. One of them stops the recording and one of them takes a still. I wonder which one is which. Oh, I pressed the right one, took a photo. Good. Right, I'm going to go anyway. We've got a very interesting floral dragon to do tomorrow, so that's going to be good. Very different colours. We're not going to use any I'll probably use some green, but I don't think we'll do gold and silver. But I just thought it was a nice little way to make our little beetle look really special. So, and all of these, there's not going to be a theme apart from the pencils. We're going to be using the Chromaflow all the way through. But apart from that, I'm just going to do each one as it comes, really, because they're not linked pictures. So I thought we'd just see what occurs on each day. But for now, I want to say thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the series. There's going to be, my plan is to put one video out every morning from now on for the next 16 days. So I hope that is going to be good for you. And yeah, I hope you have a good day and happy colouring.